So here I'm back after being off. I had no electricity and it took ESCOM 3 days to come and fix it, but that's not the story. I wanted to tell you something. I ran out of electricity because financially I was in the dumps, and I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but let the meter run, and it was off and I couldn't get electricity, and my inverter ran out. Eventually I finally made payment for electricity tokens, but I couldn't put them in. So I've been sitting without electricity since Sunday 8 a.m. But that's not the story. And then on Monday the water didn't come. They were repairing somewhere. So here's what happened. I got so scared. I was fearful of, oh my word, I've run out of money, I've run out of electricity. So this is happening all the time. And so I breathed a little bit. I said, you know what? This is a storm I'm in. I'm in a storm. I'm in a storm of thoughts, of feelings, of whatever is happening in my head. Let me get through the storm. And eventually, sorry, it's my dog. On a day after this happened, the storm started to settle. So I let the thoughts rage in me, the fear rage in me, everything that I was like feeling about the situation. I let it rage. I was like, let it rage. Whatever needs to come through my mind, let it come through, and everything came through. And I want to share something with you. Hold on. And I'm going to read something. That's why I've got my specs. After I'd raged on and written in my book, and I was like, okay, what is this moment teaching me here? I wrote in my book, I said, I let fear get to me. I let thoughts of fear get to me because they're just thoughts. And I believed everything I was telling myself. And I said, I've learned so much during the 4 years. The first time I lost a job, it felt horrible. But I'm going through a second, I don't know what you call, the waves when they go up and down, the bottom. But sometimes you go up and down. That's how life is. I need to go through this. I need to understand it's a moment. And I wrote down that this is what I'm seeing in my life. I still have a car that has petrol. There's food in the house. I have a gas stove and a heater. My garden is beautiful. The house is clean. There's peace within me. It's warm. I made fire. There's food for my dog. I have water. I have drinking water. I can boil water and cook. I can clean. There's a quietness within me. I'm feeling rather peaceful. And as I couldn't pay people money, I sent them, I said, guys, I can't pay you money. And 80% of them, shout out to Dot Shaw, said, okay, we'll wait for you. The usual suspects, Discovery, my bank, Vestec, not so kind, but it's okay. And I was grateful for that moment. I was like, oh, okay, this is showing me who is with me and who's not gonna be moving with me as I move forward from the storm. And I realized something in that moment, that fear keeps us in these places of, oh my word, the worst thing is gonna happen. And when I didn't allow the worst thing to happen. When the worst thing happened, I was like, the worst of my imagination has happened. I've run out of money. There's no electricity. But I felt so peaceful after letting the storm rage through, after letting everything that I was feeling come through. Today I was like, okay, ESCOM, I don't care about you anymore. I'm done. I'm like, you're not coming. It's 3 days. And I wrote this. I said, whatever appears in my reality has been born by me, how I respond to it. And so with that knowing that like I can't control when Eskom is gonna come, I can't control anything. I said today 9:38 a.m. Eskom is not here. Today is time to let go of the thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve me. I wrote that at 9:38. I am grateful for whatever is happening in this moment. It has taught me so much. And when I looked out with a thought of gratitude, a thought of I am abundant, I found so many things to be grateful for. I have so much love. I have so much acceptance. I have so much happiness. I took so much for granted what I had, and I focused on lack, fear, anxiety, and I closed up to God. So this is how I felt. I'm abundant, I'm wealthy, I'm successful, I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm powerful, I'm enough. I sat there and I was like, okay, God, when is Eskom coming? And then eventually I was like, why am I worried about whether Eskom is coming or not? Why am I letting that bother me? I'm going to sit here and use the moment to think about more positivity in my life. And as soon as I did that and I let go, literally Eskom came and power was restored within a minute or 2 minutes that they've been here. I went through the storm of my thoughts. And when I went through the storm, I was like, God wants us just to be happy. God wants us to be at peace and not pay attention to the outside world, but pay attention to the inside world, because that's where God is, in our inside world. God is not outside of us. God is inside of us. And I kept on going, please, God, please bring the electricity. And there's no electricity that came. That moment also helped me get clear about from today what's going forward with me and what's I'm losing out of my life. Hence I said Discovery Medical Aid gone, Investec Bank gone, and I'm staying with people who were with me throughout this time. But so funny, throughout my time I felt such love and support, especially from my family, especially from my mom. And I will never forget that. I didn't share this with anybody else but my immediate family. And you need to know who is going to be with you when you are going through the dark times, because 99% of the people you are with, they're not going to be there with you. It's the 1% that you may be taking for granted. The second lesson I learned is I took things for granted. I have so much in my life, but I never focused on what I have. Instead, I was focusing on what I don't have. Third thing, I am with companies or with people who are no longer part of my new reality, my new thoughts, my new energy. And I was umming and ahhing, and it's like, oh, should I let them go? I shouldn't. No, they're not part of my life now, and they're gone, and I'm so grateful for them. So here's what I learned. Through the darkness, through the fear, you can learn so much. Fear is not the truth. It is a lie. And once you go through and let fear come out of you, there's a pot of gold. And that pot of gold is you. And I want to tell you, you are beautiful. You are abundant. You are amazing. And I think that's what God wanted me to realize in this moment. And even when the electricity came back, I was not as excited. I was not ecstatic. I was like, oh, okay, the electricity came in. And can I tell you, my dog, little Muffins, who's 2.5 years old, saw the freedom to escape and run around in front of the street. Luckily, there were not a lot of cars. There was just one car. I was so pissed off. After she ran, I realized, I think it was my energy saying we are free. And it came out in the physical reality of my dog running out on the streets and saying we are free. I'm free from fear. But one thing remains with me, my faith in God, my faith in myself, and knowing that I passed through a storm of roughness and I'm happy. I don't know where this path is taking me, but I go with happiness, gratitude, love, abundance, joy, and knowing that, oh my word, I've gone through another storm and I've come out and I'm alive and I'm breathing. Thank you.